And joining me now to talk more about this is a former Reagan administration official, Paul Craig Roberts. Mr. Roberts, I know that you wrote an essay just yesterday titled "America's Complicity in Evil," in which you write that by not responding, Obama has, quote, made America more complicit once again in Israel's barbaric war crimes. I want you to talk a little bit about exactly what you mean by this.
Well, the United States alone in the world is the only government that hasn't condemned this action. It's now been 40 hours. And there's no word from the United States government, except today, Hillary Clinton, the Secretary of State, was interviewed and asked why has the government said nothing. And she said, oh, it's very dangerous for us. We have to be very careful. So what you basically see is it's a puppet government. You can see that in every action. Remember, it was only 15 months ago that the whole world was upset because Israel had attacked Gaza with bombs and killed large numbers of people, blown up hospitals, schools. And an Israeli judge, a Zionist judge, Goldstone, produced a report. And it said, well, it looks like Israeli war crimes. And what did the United States Congress do? It voted unanimously to deep six the report. It threw it away. And that's what will happen this time.
I want to know, you know better than anyone else. You've certainly been following for years and years, probably before a lot of us were even born. You were in the Reagan administration. You know that this relationship, not only between the U.S. and Israel, between Israel and Palestine, this is a tough tightrope to walk. There are many different arguments here. There are many different viewpoints here. I understand certainly the need not to bury some of these reports, but you also, can't you also argue that it's very important for the United States and particularly the Obama administration not to say anything too harsh quite yet before we know exactly what happened?
Well, we know what happened, and we know what's happening now. What's happening now is Obama is saying, oh, I don't know what happened. And so that's a message to the media. To let the Israeli propagandists set the story. And that's what they're doing. Wherever you look, the story that you get from the media is Israel's story. And so it's becoming the story. And after that story is set, then this issue will disappear, just like the Israeli invasion of Gaza 15 months ago.
So you don't have,
like
you don't have any hope that because of what happened, certainly a lot of people are outraged, and as you mentioned, just about every other country has responded. You don't have any hope that the outrage that this event has brought forward will perhaps change the relationship here in the United States?
No. What happened today in the UN? The United States blocked the attempt in the Security Council to hold Israel accountable. It's always done that. It's going to continue to do that. You see, as long as the Israeli lobby has the financial power to elect the United States Congress and the President of the United States, the American government will do nothing. The United States would have to take AIPAC and make it register as a foreign agent so that it couldn't purchase our elections. But if it did that, they would just create another organization.
I imagine you're talking about AIPAC here?
Yes. So as long as they own the Congress, they own the government. They own the presidency. Look who's the chief of staff of the White House. So there's nothing going to be done about this. And what's happening, in fact, everybody's now saying, oh, there's two sides to the story. So you've already bought the Israeli propaganda.
But, then again, you say Rahm Emanuel is the chief of staff. Yes, he's Jewish, but today, here in Washington, D.C., we saw Hasidic Jews, rabbis, coming out and condemning this attack. Isn't it possible that, what happened was so extreme, isn't it happened, though, that what happened was so extreme that this time people's public opinion could perhaps put pressure on AIPAC to change things?
No. What happened yesterday, in early hours of the morning, is an atrocity. But it's not as bad as what happened in January of 2009.
All right, former Reagan administration official Paul Craig Roberts.